Welcome, friends. My name's Melinda, and this is Two Karanas Power Yoga. So today's flow I'm calling a synergy flow. Synergy comes from the Greek word meaning working together. So you're going to be working together with your mind and your body, with your breath, with the movement, but also working to connect the hands to the feet to help you find balance in your postures. So, for today's class, you just need a mat. You're welcome to use a block or something in the shape of a block, like a cereal box, if you need some additional support. So, let's get started right away in child's pose. Come to the back of your mat. Align your big toes and then open your knees wide. Extend your fingertips forward. Make it an active child's pose so your elbows lift up off the mat and just begin to settle in. Come into your space. Maybe your forehead meets the mat. Start with deep inhalations in through the nose. An easy open mouth exhale. Empty it all the way down to the bottom of your belly. Take that once again. Inhale. Exhale. Let your thoughts follow your breath in and out of your body, clearing everything else out of the way. Make room for synergy, for your breath and the movement to flow together. Take one more time. Inhale. And exhale, release it out. On your next inhale, find length and then walk your fingertips over to the right side of your space. Plant your left hand on top of your right and then press your left armpit down into the mat. Feel the opening under the underbelly of your arm, left side of your rib cage. You can even press into your palms to sink your hips lower. And then inhale, walk your hands back through center. Take it over to the left side of your space. Reach your edge and then press your palms down. Maybe you can get your armpit down onto the mat. Feel the side body stretch. Wrapping around the shoulder blade. One more breath in. And breathe out. Walk it back through center. Hinge your body up to a tabletop position. So come into this box shape with your body. Draw your navel to your spine so your low back flattens out. Power your palms together, forearms wrap in, the eyes of your elbows forward. Inhale, cow pose. Release your belly down. Send your gaze high. Exhale, cat pose. Press the floor away. Draw your navel to your spine. And then take a few more rounds like that on your own, opening up to the chest. And then powering down through the palms, gazing back behind you. And then find any little organic movement where you have tight spaces. Maybe a lengthening back of the legs. And then finally, when you're ready, make your way back to your neutral tabletop. Inhale, bird dog. Extend your right heel back behind you. Your left fingertips extend forward. Spiral your thumb up to the ceiling. And then level out through the hips as you lift your right hamstring high. Take an inhale. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap it back. Reach the left arm around. Tap your toes just briefly. Then extend long again. Take that 2 more times. Crunch it in. Extend. Exhale, tap it back. Lift through the chest. One more time through. Tuck it in. Extend. This time on the tap, reach around. Grab your toes. Kick your foot into your hand. Spiral your chest open. This is that synergy I mean. Start to tap in to the connection between your hands and your feet, creating a new kind of energy. One more breath in. And then release back to your tabletop position. Shake it out if you need to. We take the other side. Extend your left heel back. Right fingertips extend forward. Drop your left hip down in line with your right, and then draw your shoulder away from your ear. Take an inhale. Exhale, crunch it in. Draw your navel to your spine. and lengthen. Exhale, tap it back, reach around, extend long. Crunch it in, pull your back ribs to the ceiling, extend, tap it back. One more time through. On the last one, grab a hold of your toes, lengthen, reach for the toes, kick your foot into your hand, spiral your heart open to the right side of your space. Maybe you can look up and over your right shoulder. Lift your hamstring a little higher. One more breath. And then exhale, release it down. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Get the creaks and cracks out of your toes, out of your ankles. Firm your forearms in, press your heels into the mat. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the top of your space. Come to this forward fold. Let your torso drape heavy over your thighs. Relax your neck. Maybe take opposite elbows. Or since we're working with synergy this week, take your peace fingers, which index and middle finger, and wrap them around your big toes. I'll take it from the front. Take your thumbs, place it in the nail bed of your big toe, and then pull your biceps out to the side to draw your belly low. Rock a little from side to side. Start out gently here. Just beginning to open up the back line of the body, releasing through the low back, opening the hamstrings. And then finally, release your toes. Toe heel your big toes to touch. Tuck your chin to your chest, slowly rise up. Draw your hands to your heart center. Make it a low heart center where your elbows are in line, creating power through your palms. Shut down your eyes. Our intention for practice today is to find synergy, whatever that looks like in your body. Maybe it's the breath, linking it with the movement, or maybe it's using different parts of your body, disparate parts of your body, different areas, allowing them to work together to create the posture, to create energy, to create flow. Take an inhale. And then open mouth, exhale, release it down. Open your eyes, release your hands to your sides. Let's take our Sun A, starting at the top of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose, rise tall. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right. Grab a hold of your left wrist. Let that pull your body over. Squeeze your inner thighs together, rotating towards the back of your space. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the left. Take the wrist grab. Let it expand through the side ribs. Maybe your bicep comes behind your ear. Inhale, mountain pose, back through center. Exhale, baby, back bend. Elbows frame your rib cage. Press your hips forward as you shift your weight to your heels. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Dive your body low. Inhale, halfway lift. Long halfway lift. Use your palms to press into your shins or your upper thighs. Create that telescoping action with your spine. Relax your neck and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, step back. Right away, get your hips in line with your shoulders and your heels. So don't feel like you're slumping, but keep it even. Take an inhale. Exhale, low plank, draw your elbows to your sides, lower halfway and hold. Inhale, high plank, rise up. This is power yoga. We have a power move in between our chaturanga. Inhale, lower. Hold on your exhale. Inhale, up dog, flip your toes. Lift your hip points high off the mat. Knees lift as well. Draw your shoulder blades behind your back. Exhale, down dog, flip your toes, send your hips up and back. That is our Sun A. Let's flow that 2 times through to get some movement into your body, starting to create that synergy, that motion of moving with your breath. From your down dog, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise tall. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right. Inhale back through center. You can make it one fluid motion. Exhale, side body stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend, shine your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Option to take the swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, step back. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, low plank. Squeeze elbows in and hold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Flip your toes. Lift your chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. On this last one, you can take your chaturanga all the way through. If you want to keep the push-up, perfectly acceptable. That's what we want in our power yoga. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. One final time, get your fingertips high. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, forward fold your way, swan dive or hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Option to keep that extra push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here in your downward facing dog. Keeping that synergy, that connection of the breath to the movement will help clear your mind and focus on that moving meditation. One more round of breath, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Take an inhale and exhale out. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Lift your right leg high. Exhale, scorpion dog. Flex your foot. Open your hip. Begin to extend your right heel towards your glute as you square your shoulder blades. Power down through your palms to keep the length through your side body. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Crunch it in and step it through low lunge. Set up in your low lunge. Drop your left hip down in line with your right. Take a breath, opening up through the hip flexors. Inhale, chair pose. Left foot meets the right. Sit your body low. In your chair pose, option to take the hands. Take a big bear hug if it's too much to frame your face. Sit down low in your chair pose. Tailbone placing down. Sink the weight into your heels so you can lift your toes, expand through the side ribs. Take an inhale. Exhale, chair plane, arms sweep back behind you. Stay low. I'll turn to the side for you. Sit low and then draw your triceps together behind you. Lift your fingers a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, can you sit lower? Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left leg lifts high. Find your stability. Draw your navel to your spine and then swoop your left glute under to find that alignment. Take an inhale. Exhale, figure 4. Left foot crosses over the right quadricep. Hands come to heart center to help keep you balanced. And then slowly draw your tailbone down as you flex through your foot. Take an inhale. And let it go. Sit lower. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Slowly rise up. Take your time. Exhale, charging crescent. So move as if you're moving through something heavy, syrupy, and extend your foot towards the back of your space. So once you get there, you may need to adjust. Widen through your stance. Charge your hip forward, your left hip forward as you pull your right hip back to keep the alignment. And just like you did in the chair plane, draw your triceps together. Take an inhale. And then exhale, charge it a little further, sink a little lower. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Back knee comes down. You can untuck your toes. Arms reach high to the sky. Take a breath. Expand through the side ribs. Right hand comes to your hip crease. Exhale, side body stretch in your
low crescent lunge, Salamba Anjaneyasana. Press your left hip forward. Inhale, swoop it around. Come to your half splits, but with a little twist in your torso. Use the back of the left hand to press and create that synergy with your right leg to help keep you balanced. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take an inhale. And then exhale out. Not an easy position to hold. Inhale, warrior two. Bend into your front leg. Tuck your back toes. Use your quadricep strength to lift your body high. And then surf it out. Find your depth in your warrior two. Maybe the toes walk forward. Work to get your front femur parallel. Drawing your right knee out towards the pinky side of your toe. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and down. You have your block, option to position it inside your foot. Don't rely on that in terms of weight bearing, but just to give you a little extra support. So the lift comes from your side body, the 360-degree rotation in your core. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten through your front leg. Shift your hips forward. I like to take the half wrap, but fingers can extend down your back leg. Flatten out through the pelvis. Swoop your left rib cage back. Listen for this unusual movement here. Exhale, high skandasana. So from your reverse triangle, just bend into your back leg. Keep the front leg straighten and flex your toes. Reach your fingertips towards your big toe. Eventually, you may be able to grab it, but you want to keep your chest in line with your knee and your ankle. So keeping it in the same plane of motion. Take an inhale. Exhale, see if you can reach your fingertips a little further. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, low lunge twist to the back of your space. So creating synergy means working with opposites and having them work together. So take your low lunge twist towards the back of your space, level out through your hips. Pull your left knee in towards the center. Take a breath and breathe out. Inhale, side plank. Shift the weight into your right hand. Left foot stacks on top of right. Lift your bottom ribs up, and that'll press your hips up. Stack your shoulders. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your hands. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So now you're facing the opposite side of your space. Feels a little different, but now that you know where we're going, it should be easier. Inhale, gaze forward. Rather, inhale, extend your left heel high. Exhale, scorpion dog. Open your hips, stacking them on top of one another. Send your heel towards your glute. Press your left armpit down to square out through the shoulders. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Crunch it in. And slowly step it through to your low lunge. Lower the hips down, slight lift through the chest. I like to take these spider fingers and just let your hip flexor open up. Take a moment. Inhale, chair pose. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Sink your hips low. Arms come to frame your face. Sit down a little lower. Squeeze ankles, knees, and thighs together, and then wrap your floating ribs in to center. Sit a little lower. Take one more breath. Exhale, chair plane. Arms sweep back behind you. Right away, squeeze your triceps together. Lift them up a little higher towards the ceiling. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left leg lifts high this time. Rather, right leg high this time. Find the leveling in the hips. Flex through your toes. And then bring your knee to stack just over your ankle. Take a breath. Exhale, figure 4. Sit low, cross it over. Draw your right knee down towards the edge of your mat. You can feel your glutes engage when you do that. Draw your tailbone down. Find your stability. Inhale back through one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, charging crescent lunge. Slowly with control, your arms sweep back behind you. Right leg steps to the back of your space. Readjust your stance. You want that wide charge through the body from the ball of your right foot out through the crown of your head. Squeeze your triceps. Big inhale. And exhale out. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Back knee comes down. Arms lift high. As you need to, adjust your stance. Get the wiggles out. Press your right hip bone forward. Left hip tucks back. Squeeze your left knee in towards the center. Exhale, left hand comes to your hip bone. Side body stretch up and over to the left. Keep your right hip pressing forward so you really get the benefit of the stretch, not only in the hips, but the side body. Inhale, swoop it around. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Use the leverage from the back of your hand to pry your torso open to the left side of your space. One more breath in. And breathe out. Inhale, warrior two. One big motion. Tuck your back toes. Spiral open. Not easy. A lot of quadriceps strength, a lot of control. Surf it out. And then find your depth in your warrior two. Take your hands to your rib cage if you need to and rotate them over to center. Sit a little lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and down. Option to use the elbow or the block as you need to. Spiral your right shoulder back and pull the shoulders away from the ears, exposing the collarbones, exposing the chest. Take an inhale. And a big exhale out. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten through the front leg. Shift your hips forward. If you need to scoot your feet up, you can. I like to take the half wrap, flattening out through the hips, gazing up into your palm. Exhale, high skandasana. Keeping the foot planted. Reach the toes. Rather, reach the fingers towards the toes. Maybe you can hook it. I'm not quite there yet. Open your wingspan. Gaze in the direction of your left big toe. One more full round of breath in. And then exhale, sink a little lower into your right knee. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, low lunge twist back to the top of your space where we began. Open up through the twist. Gaze up into the palms. Keep that back leg active. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Stack the right foot on the left this time. Lift your right hip up to the ceiling. Stack your shoulders. You're here for 3. Chaturanga in 2. And 1. Plant your right hand, pivot on your toes, and flow through your high to low plank. Come back to your down dog. Now that we've done that slowly, we'll flow it through one time, and then we have a few fun things to add on before we finish. Come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right heel high. Exhale, scorpion dog, open the hip. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, chair pose, step up to the top of your space. Exhale, chair plane, arms sweep back behind you. Inhale, 1-legged Tadasana, left leg reaches. Exhale, figure 4, sit low. See if you can make it fluid. One pose flowing into the next with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, charging crescent, extend to the back of your space, adjust as you need to. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the left. Inhale, swoop it around as you exhale, come to your half splits. Inhale, warrior 2, bend into your front leg, spiral open. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, hips shift forward. Exhale, high skandasana, so just a quick bend in your back leg. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, low lunge twist towards the back of your space, spiral open. Inhale, side plank. Press through the palms. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your hands, flow it through. Remember, you can add that extra push-up if you need it. Come back to your down dog. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, extend the left heel high. Exhale, scorpion dog, open the hip. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in, and step to your low lunge. Inhale, chair pose, step forward. Exhale, chair plane, arms sweep back behind you. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts this time. Exhale, figure four. Can you sit it a little lower? Keeping the chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale, charging crescent. Take your time. See how far you can reach to the back of your space. Make your adjustment. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the left. Inhale, swoop it around. Take the rotation in your half splits. Inhale, warrior two. Take your time, bend into your front leg. Windmill your arms open and settle into your warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, high skandasana, flex through the toes. Reach in that direction. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, low lunge, twist towards the top of your space. Find the power in your left palm. Inhale, side plank. Lift up through the side ribs. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your hands. Maybe take that extra push up after your upward facing dog. And come to your downward facing dog. Whew. I know I'm winded, so take a breath. If you follow your breathing in and out through the nose, can begin to calm your heart rate as we prepare to add on in a few places. We have some fun things, some fun synergetic, if that's even a word, options. So when you're ready, find your breath, find your downward facing dog, pressing down through the heels. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift your right leg high. Exhale, scorpion dog, kick your heel towards your glute. This is our first challenge. Plant your left heel down like warrior one, so you may have to rotate it out about 45 degrees. Begin to shift the weight into your right hand. So just like we did in the beginning, can you reach your left hand to tap your toes? Maybe you can grab your toes. Kick your foot into your hand for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Take a breath. Inhale, chair pose. Step it up. Sit it low right away. Exhale, chair plane. Arms sweep back behind you. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left leg reaches. I'll turn to the front for you on this one since we're adding on. Exhale, figure four. Sit it low. Hands come to heart center. Pause here. And then on your inhale, slowly rotate your body towards the right side of your space. You can stay here, or option to open your wings, maybe the back of your palm, maybe your elbow, maybe your forearm. Come to the inside arch of your foot. Take a breath. Right hand comes to your hip bone. Peace fingers, as we did in the beginning, wraps around your big toe. Slowly, with control, begin to straighten through your standing leg. As you open your left leg out to the side, option to keep it bent or begin to straighten through. Tita Hasta Padangusthasana B. If you're a bit wobbly, that's okay. You're here for 3. Release back to figure 4 in 2 and 1. Release it. Maybe you hold 1 second. Come back to your figure 4. We pick up where we left off. I'll come back to the top of your space. Inhale. Exhale. Charging crescent, step it back. We'll stay high this time. Inhale, high crescent lunge. So instead of lowering to the knee, keep the knee lifted, but keep the pressure in the ball mound of the left foot to drive your left hip forward. So the hips are charging forward, yet the torso is reaching back. Take an inhale. Exhale, side body stretch. So right hand comes to the hips, sweep it around. Exhale, pyramid pose, straighten through the front leg. You have your block if you need it for support. My hamstrings are very tight, So as you scoot up your back foot to glue your heel into the mat, you may need to bring the earth up a little bit, which I need to do, obviously. Create that scissor motion by squeezing your inner thighs together, and then roll onto the big toe side of your right foot. And just find your breath here, stretching through the hamstrings and the side body. Take one more round of breath in. And breathe out. Begin to release your block. Inhale, warrior two, spiral open. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and down. Inhale, half moon pose. You have your block to assist you if you need it. Look just in front of your right big toe. Slowly shift the weight into your right leg. Keep the chest lifted and open. Flex through the left toes and float it towards the ceiling. Rotate your left hip point back to open up through the pelvis. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Maybe you take a quick Chapasana, grabbing the leg. I'm a little wobbly. And then come back to your extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, Skandasana, full Skandasana this time. So sit all the way down. Your heel can come off the floor, but I recommend to keep it glued, even if you have to stay up. Find that stretch in your Achilles tendon. If you stay on the ball of your foot, you'll never get there. From here, you can open your wings, play with it a little bit. Keep your pelvis engaged and lifted. One more breath in. Inhale, star pose. So power through the left quadricep. Lift your body high. Exhale, goddess pose. Sit your hips low. And then take a little rock from side to side. So we'll take a little ease to balance out the effort. So from here, palms come to the inside of your quadriceps and just sit it low. And then take shoulder dips, take it left. And then take it right. Take it at your own pace. At each side, press your shoulder blade down. See if you can gaze over your back shoulder. Deepening into the twist, finding your breath, finding a little calm as we prepare to finish out the sequence one more time through right and left. And then come back through center to your goddess pose. Sit low as you can. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, low lunge twist to the back of your space. Spiral open. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Left foot stacks on right. Immediately lift the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the left palm to the right ribs and then lower your shoulders down parallel to the floor. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open it back up. Option to float the leg or take peace fingers to your big toes. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Pivot onto your toes. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take that push up. I challenge you. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Now that you know where we're going with a little balance, you can get your mind right. Create that synergy, that cross-body connection that connects the left and right hemispheres of your brain, improves your coordination. So there are lots of benefits to even giving this a try. Take an inhale. And then exhale, release your heels to the mat. Inhale, extend your left heel high. Exhale, scorpion dog, stack your hips. Draw your heel down to the right side of your space. Right away, shift your weight into your left hand. Begin to come up on your right finger pads. Press your right heel down. Can you reach for the big toes? It's a little harder for me on this side. Got the toes, kick your foot into your hand. Find your balance, find that synergy for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, tuck it in tight and step. Inhale, chair pose, step it up to the top. Exhale, chair plane, arms sweep back behind you. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right foot lifts. Exhale, figure 4 on the other side. Sit low and pause. Find your breath. Find your stability. Draw your tailbone down. And then as you inhale, slightly rotate it open to the left. Maybe you use the back of your palm. Make that energetic connection to help deepen into your twist. Left hand comes to your hip, peace fingers to big toes. Let's see if we can do it in one sweeping motion, extending the right foot out to the side. Woo, I'm wobbly today. But that's okay. This is our practice. You're here for 3. Release in 2 and 1. Release and hold back to your figure 4. You made it. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. And then we're back to our flow. Exhale, charging crescent. Inhale, high crescent lunge. So we stay high this time. Press your right hip forward and then bend a little more deeply into your front leg, stacking your knee over your ankle. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the left. Swoop it around and take your pyramid pose. Bump your back foot up till your heel meets the mat. And then you can stay here with a flat back, option to bring the palms to the shin. Careful not to lock out your knee. Draw your navel to your spine. Pull your left hip crease back. Or if you're a little more flexible, maybe you tuck your chin to your chest, your forehead to your knee. A different way of doing it, different sensation, works different muscles. One more full round of breath in. And breathe out, lengthen through the hamstring. Inhale, warrior 2. You may need to scoot your right foot back a little further so you can open up and get as wide as you can. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and down. From here, inhale, half moon pose. Shift your weight into your left leg. Keep the chest open to the right side of your space. Your toes are flexed in that direction as well. Open up through the top hip. Fingertips reach for the earth. Maybe you take that Chapasana or sugar cane, reaching for the foot. Press your hips forward as you kick your foot into your hand. And then slowly lower back down. Don't fling it like I did. Back to your extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten through the front leg. Shift your hips forward. Exhale, Skandasana. Take it all the way down. Find your depth, keeping your right heel glued to this mat. Use your left heel as your rudder. Try and get your chest in line with your ankle and your knee. Not quite possible, but you can bring your shoulder blades together behind your back to help you get there. Inhale, star pose. One powerful movement with your right quadricep. Exhale, wide leg forward fold this time. Parallel your feet to the short edge of your mat and drop your torso low. So your options here are to take your peace fingers to your big toes and then pull your biceps to draw your chest low. Relaxing through the neck. You can even take the sides of the feet, the ankles, the calves, or even come down to your forearms. And then option 4, an inversion if you have that in your practice. I always like to take these little side to side motions. Opening up through the hip, it really stretches the side of the calf that we don't get to stretch too often. One more full round of breath here in your stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, star pose. One motion, burst open. Exhale, low lunge twist to the top of your space. You're back to the beginning. Inhale, side plank. Right foot stacks on top of left. Inhale, reach the fingers tall and then wrap the rib cage. Draw your shoulder blades parallel. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open slowly. Option to float the leg or take peace fingers to big toe. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, high to low plank for the final time. Don't forget to add that push-up. You've only got one more, so why not? And then come back to your down dog. Take a breath. And breathe out. Inhale to a high plank. And then slowly lower down to lying on your belly. Squeeze your elbows in. Make it slow and sustained. And then come all the way down. Adjust yourself as you need to. Inhale, cobra pose. Palms plant just under your shoulder blades. Zipper your legs together. And then draw your shoulder blades together behind your back. Palms can stay lightly on the mat, but don't use that. Use your back strength to lift your chest. Maybe you float your palms for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Take a breath. And we'll take a half bow. So bring your palms together. Come to the Sphinx pose. Arms are parallel. Flex your right heel towards your glute. And then we'll take some of that cross-body motion to help improve the synapses, the connection between the right and left hemispheres of our brain. We'll reach the left hand to grab the right toes, lifting through the chest, pressing into the forearm. One big breath in and breathe out. Switch it out. Flex your left foot up. Reach around with your right palm. Maybe you can grab your toes, opening up through the side ribs. Kick your foot into your hand. Make that connection. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. And then release down. We'll take full floor bow next. So lower your body all the way down. Flex your heels to your glutes. Grab for the outside edges of your feet. And before you begin, squeeze your legs into center. This will protect your low back. Take an inhale and an exhale out. Inhale, floor bow. Kick your feet into your hands as you lift your chest. Flex through the toes and then squeeze your knees together. You're here for 3. Kick it higher for 2 and 1. Slowly lower down. Stack your forearms. Rest your temple or your forehead. Let your feet flop open. Find some release in your low back. You can windshield wiper your legs. Whatever feels nice. And then when you're ready, press into your palms. Press up to a seat at the top of your space. Let's take a few more stretches before we wind down. Let's take a side body stretch. We did a lot of side body work. So extend your right leg out. Bring the sole of your left foot to your right inseam. Your knee tracks in line with your toes, pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your left arm high. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right side. Maybe you have the flexibility to reach your fingers and make contact with your toes and let that connection of the hands and the feet create more length in your side body. If you're not quite there yet, like me, concentrate on rolling the left shoulder back as you sit a little lower. Maybe you can reach your right hand for your knee. That'll help spiral your torso open, create a little extra bit of resistance. And then inhale back through center, switch it out. Sit up tall, flexing through the toes. Right arm reaches high overhead, lift up and over, reach for the left toes. And I am so tight today. Option to reach for the knee and then draw the right shoulder back. Maybe you can look towards the ceiling. Big side body stretch in that QL muscle all along the left side, rather the right side. Inhale, lift up, and then take your legs out to a straddle if you have your block. This is helpful when doing the straddle stretch, especially if you're just getting into it and expanding your stretch. From here, knees track towards the ceiling. Walk your spider fingers forward, keeping your back straight. You can rest your elbows on your block to bring the floor up. And just find some relaxation by using your breath. letting it calm you, letting it relax the muscles so that you can sink a little lower. And then with each inhale, you can create a different level with your block and go a little lower. And then one day, your forearms will be on the floor, maybe even your chest. But it takes a little time, a little work, a little patience. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. I want to give you plenty of time to deepen into the stretch. I'm going to try bringing my forearms down. Just trying to relax, let it all go, not forcing it. And then slowly rise up. You can remove your block, bring the soles of your feet to touch. And if you've taken my other classes, you know I love this. Scoop my forearms underneath, reach for my big toes, and then use the strength of my arms to draw my forehead towards my toes. Great stretch through the mid and low back and through the groin. Let your knees track open. And then slowly release your legs. And then we'll come to lying on our backs, rolling down slowly, taking every bit of time to work through the core, build strength all the way through your practice. Once your head meets the mat, draw your right leg in, wrap it around your rib cage. You can tuck it in the crook of your elbow. Take an inhale. Exhale, supine twist, draw it up and over the left side of your body. You may need to scoot to the middle of your mat so your hip bones stack. Keep your shoulder blades anchored to the floor. Gaze to the right. And then use that hand to thigh connection to find that last little bit of energy to deepen into your stretch. Then draw it back up through center, switch it out. Left knee pulls in, wrap it tight around your rib cage. Wind removing pose is what we call this. Create that compression. Take an inhale. Exhale, supine twist up and over to the right. Scoot your hips to the center of your space. And then draw your left shoulder blade down. Draw your knee a little bit further down towards the edge of your mat, keeping the twist in your low back. Your knee doesn't have to stay cranked up the whole time. A little bit different sensation. Play around with where it feels good in your body. And then finally, knees come back in through center. Make that final connection between the upper and the lower half of your body. Tense every muscle. Take an inhale. Exhale, Shavasana. Let it all go. Flop your feet open. Let your palms open up. Your fingers curl in. Unfurrow your brow. Release your tongue. Give your chin a little rock. And then finally find a place of stillness where you can clear your mind. Let your body get light. And just breathe. And optimally, it's best to stay in your Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes. Can be your meditation for the day. But we'll move on from here by beginning to deepen
the breath, drawing the energy in through the nose to refresh the body, and then exhaling out. And then as you breathe in again, bring those small movements into your fingers and into your toes. When you're ready, take a big full body stretch, letting your rib cage expand. And then draw your knees in, rock and roll the length of your mat, or slowly make your way up to an easy seat. However, you get there is perfectly fine. Press your palms into the tops of your knees to create length through your spine. Sit up tall. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up high overhead. Draw your palms to your heart center. This is your power that resides in your heart. This is where you bring all of those elements together. You've ever heard the phrase, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So remember, you have the power to create synergy, that free flowing, that connection of opposites to create something new. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Draw your thumbs to your third eye center, your seat of intuition. I honor and recognize all that is wonderful in each and every one of you. We bow together and say, Namaste. Namaste, friends. Thank you for joining me. Be kind, be strong, and be well during this time. I'll see you again soon.